Hi folks, Buffin here. This is your Antifa News Briefa for August 17th, 2021. I'm going to do at least two today because I've got another one for Joe Biden specifically and the war in Afghanistan. This one is about war doesn't work. And I'm going to use an analogy to explain why war doesn't work. Now, we've obviously had a clear example in Afghanistan of a 20-year war by the by far most powerful military power on the planet. Didn't work. Keep losing wars. Most powerful country on the planet militarily keeps losing wars because war doesn't work. War is outdated. Again, I'll get into the details of that in the other video, so look for that. But this one is about a game called Win As Much As You Can and how I can use an analogy of the game Win As Much As You Can to explain how war doesn't work. Win As Much As You Can is not really a game as much as it is like a teaching exercise that they use in school. And you have different teams, and the teams, paired teams can choose in their pair, in their group, their couple group, or I guess you could have a larger group in a larger teaching setting, to vote either Y or X. And there's all these rounds, and I'm not going to get into all the details, but basically, if everybody voted Y every time, everybody would win money, the theoretical money of the game. If one team votes X, then they could win the most if everybody else votes Y. They could win even more, or various combinations break the money up different ways. But the most advantageous thing for everyone is for everyone to vote Y. Of course, for everyone to do that, you'd have to trust people within your group, trust people. They negotiate after a few rounds and stuff, so you'd have to trust people within the negotiation process. Now, all of this is an analogy for war, for diplomacy. Maybe that's not the way it's presented in the classroom. It might be presented for a different and teach a different lesson. But when I heard about this game, to me it strikes me as a very good analogy for war, and we've seen it play out here in Afghanistan. Win as much as you can seems to be about winning the things in the game, trying to win theoretical money in the game. You're not going to get any real money. It's a game. It's a learning exercise. But in this game, you don't win any real money, but you could win, instead of trying to win money, you could win the trust and respect and rapport, or a connection, a relationship with your classmates who are playing the game. They're gonna get impressions during this game. It's kind of like an icebreaker type game, I guess. They're gonna get impressions of who you are from how you play this game. So you could win reputation or win trust by playing the game to share the most equally. So the reason this compares to Afghanistan is you say, well, we put these leaders in power. We helped empower these leaders with military. We played a military game where the rules were who can win the most territory militarily, win as much as you can. But what you could have won instead is trust between people. You could have built trust between people instead of looking at the supposed goals of the fake game. You could have built trust between people instead and built relationships. And that's the problem with the military, is the whole military mindset, the whole idea of war and using war to win, and that you can win as much as you can, is that war is a losing game. Everyone's a loser in wars. If you have a different approach, if you play a different game than war, then you can actually win. But within the game of war, everything that's promised to you is an illusion. So these people were supposed to be the leaders of the country, but they bailed. They left. So they didn't get a country. They got exiled, and everybody probably hates them. It's like you can't win that, because that game is not set up to be won. The game of who can control the weapons and who can be the scariest. It's not a winnable game. It's a loser's game. It's a game that you can only lose. Now, while that game is still being played, while those are still the rules of the game, you could still win as much as you actually can by not really playing that game and playing the other game of trying to get relationships and trust. We are still playing a war game, and it's not just a game because people get killed. It's terrible. But we're still setting the rules of engagement and setting the dynamics of our work in countries based upon war and military. because it's what we do. It's what America does. We need to get another business. That's going to be in my other video, but this one is just about winning as much as you can is only about love and trust and communication and relationships. That's all you can really win or even have in life. There's a lot of good, stories about this that point this out. You can't take anything with you. It's not about what people think about you. It's only about, or it's not about, it's about the relationships you can have. It's not about a reputation so much or a status as much as it's about the actual moments and relationships and connections and ideas and stuff that you can have. So have them. Get into some good ideas. Realize that we can't win certain games. You can only win a good game. There's only real winning in a good game. And a good game is trying to meet people and approach people and connect with people and respect people and build mutual respect and trust and community. So that's what we're going to do. Thanks for watching this Antifa News Briefa, and stay tuned for my other one with more specifics about Joe Biden and President Joe and the whole war and what's wrong with it, why it doesn't work. Thanks for watching.